Hi folks, it is nice to meet you again. So we are currently working on data center technology practical with VMware XC7. So, let's start with practical. See you bye.
So hey, hi, let's start our practical. So let me just explore you with my system. So if you can see, it's my device. I have installed a 16 GB RAM from which we are going to use a 15 GB point 4 GB, 15.4 GB, which is usable for me. And you can see the AMD processor, why, and this. So it's a 64-bit operating system. So this was like it's a my system. Let's start with you. So for this, we are going to today install vCenter Sphere on our Windows system, and we'll connect to our EXSI. So I changes the memory of the EXSI. So we're just clicking on Edit Virtual Machine, selecting the required or specify more than 10 GB or 10 or 12 GB, and it should be good to go. So all the settings are the same, so I just changes the RAM, and okay, so I'm just powering on again. So hopefully let's start with the practical. Sorry. So for let's wait for the to EXSH to start. Till then, we will just mount this. This is an ISO file, so we need to mount this. So just clicking mount. So it will also take some time. Till then, let's see. So it started. So I can see my static is not there because yesterday I just closed my EXSI. So let me go and fix that. Just clicking on F2, giving the password, and entering to the system. Mm, okay, reset the network manager. F11. Okay, so escape, and now I just need to restart F12. F11 for restart. It will done. So Control Alt. Let's see. This is also taking some time. So we got the pop-up for mounting open. So I just open. We need to navigate to the user interface installer. Then Windows 32. I'm going to go. And there will be an installer. You see this. So we just need to double click on that, and it will pop up a vCenter, vCenter Sphere. Yeah, vCenter server. So we just need to start with installation. Before that, let's fix this thing. So we were not able to find our IP v4. So hopefully it should like load now. No, no, no. Okay, it's not there, but we can do the changes. Then also typing a password into the network, configure a network. So IP4, it was disabled, you can see. So I'll just gonna use dynamic with clicking on a space button and entering an OK escape button for exit. And do you want the config manager network confirmation, apply change and reset the manager network? So I want, so I will just click on Y, yes, and skip for. So you can see my IPv4 is available. So I will just start with the installation. So clicking on install. So this is a stage one. This vCenter's server 7 has been divided into two parts, stage 1, stage 2. Deploying a vCenter sphere and set up a vCenter server. So let's start. I'm agreeing a end user license agreement. This is a mandatory one. Next, so over here you need to specify the IP or the host name. So we did not specify any host name, so we will go with the IP. The IP is 92.168.163.141. Okay, so just remember HTTP ports is 443, which is a TCP port, I remember. So and specifying the user name for the IP, which is a root, and the password, which is a beta for me in a case. So that's next. So this is a warning certification because we are not installing this in a premises or a company. So you can see this uses a SAS1, which is one of the algorithm, encryption algorithm, you can say. So while, so in this step we need to specify the vCenter server name. So I will just specify as vCenter and specify a new user, so a new password. I will be stick with the same password. Next, so for in this case you can see we need, like, we have few details over here. So we have to select and deploy the size. So if you can see in tiny one we have a 2 CPU virtual CPU, memory of like 12 GB, which is we specify a 13 GB of memory. And over here you can see the storage as 549, which will be like increasable. So let it be, and we can create up to 10 hosts and 100 VMs. And similarly we have a similar of small, medium, large Excel. So you can see the specification which is mentioned. And I'm going with the default one. Okay, so tiny one, the first one, and the default settings. So next, so I'm just specifying the data store which has been created in a EXSI. I just click on the enable the this this mode. Next, so over here I don't think so I need to specify anything, but I need to specify the IP on which my vCenter will be appearing. So I will just specify 192.168.163.142. So I will let me assign as a dynamic, so it will automatically select the IP for vCenter server. So you can see that we have using a common ports for HTTPS. So HTTP and HTTPS. For HTTPS we are using a 443 and HTTP 480. So this is a specification for step 1. Finish. So here we can see like the installation has been started. So if you want you can wait for few minutes, or because these steps can take a minimum of 20-15 minutes. So Please stay with us. So I will just pause and skip this step back. So you can see it's been 99%. You can see the timing. It's been like 11:39. So it's not too long. So but we are still waiting for 1% to be completed for stage one. Similarly, we need to wait for stage two also. So this practical can hardly go till an hour if a system is like well sufficient to handle this much of load. So let me show you that task manager. So you can see currently from my 15.4 GB, 98% has been is used. So 50.1. So I will just mention you go with the higher RAM and a processor. So for me, the stage one has been completed. So there is a two-way where we can go. So one is from going to this link, or otherwise go with the same continue in the same step. But I will specifically tell you like go with the link. So if you just click and just copy the link, continue. If I just click on a continue, it will again start with the same process for step 2. Now it's loading stage 2. So let's start. Meanwhile, I've just opened a browser, pasted the link and open. So it's also taking time. So same process, continue. Now stage 2 will like it's loading, and because the RAM is like 98%, 99% has been used, so the system is going to be in a slow mode. So we just need to wait for like to load himself, otherwise the system or the PC can be crashed. So vCenter server stage 2 has been loaded. Let's see, just loading few more minutes or seconds. Same way, it's the same thing. Just let me wait for few more minutes and we'll just start. So my web one has loaded early. Remember this was the password. It's done. So let's begin with the setup. Second stage. So now we are configuring the vCenter server. So stage 1 has been completed. We are working on stage 2 next. So over here is a time zone which need to specify an SSH access and what is the network configuration. So let's load first. Let it load. So over here we can see at least we have a 4 steps, and last one is just for the summary one which we are specifying the configuration. So continue the existing settings, disable. So I'm just going with the time zone with EXSI, which will be the same one. Disable, enable, whatever you want. So SSH is a secure way for keeping your system. So let it be enabled. So I'm not going to do any work specific data work. So if I keep it disabled, it will not impact anyway. So over here just we need to create a SSO configuration. So we need to specify any dot, like over here you can see, for example, it is a vSphere local. So I'm going to select data.com. So when I will log into the vCenter, so it will ask for username. So it will be administrator at the rate data.com. So I will specify a password. I will go with the same password as you've seen. So this is like a architecture, you can say, for joining an existing one. So this is the last step for configuration. But I'm not going to send any data to the v uh, VMware. So this is a configuration VHP created. So finish. This is a warning one, but you can just neglect it. But let's start. Now the process has been started for stage 2 configuration. So it will be also take few, not a few, 10 to 20 minutes, I can say. So maybe I will just stop the video, and when it will be like time to finish this, and we will start. So it again, you can see it's been 4%. So let's wait. If possible, it should not take too much time, I think so. So currently it's been 11:50. I will stop the video and I will directly unpause when it will be on something around 90 plus. Okay, so just see the timings. We first stop on 11:50 and it's been on 12:23. So during this period, the installation or the configuration of stage 2 has been failed by the error. So commonly this error is come because we will show you the store memory. It's been 99%. So the system of the my laptop is fetching the data or fetching the RAM in their use, and they also want around 12 plus GB of RAM. So that is why this error is occur. So hopefully I will try to redo it, but you can see we reached to 40 percentage in 40 minutes. So you can see the duration of this practical is too, like, you need to stay and you need to have a proper PC, proper RAM with you, with the proper storage and processor. So you should not get this failure option. So I will upload this video for a error one. So we will try to solve this in a next video, hopefully when my RAM got again free. So thanks for being with me.